This Transformers 96 here, and I review this time Marvel Universe Greatest Battles comic pack of Thanos and Adam Warlock. So here you go. Two figures really didn't have an interest in Warlock, but Thanos, even though I had the original, was very excited to get him, especially because I really like the character Thanos a lot. Always have. He looks really great. And then especially, spoiler alert, if you saw Avengers, midway through the credits, you got to see the first movie Thanos. So I definitely wanted to get pretty much as many Thanoses as I can so I could have a pretty good Thanos toy collection when the movie comes out with Thanos in it. So there you go. So this one, even before the whole Avengers thing, was really looking forward to, and finally found it at my local Target. So there you go. So the package. Just the regular package. This is what's great, though. Some fantastic artwork. I love it. It looks fantastic. In the corner here, I love how they can do this, because then you can look in a big shelf full of them, and you can see which characters are which just based on this little thing up here. So I like that. It has the pictures of them kind of fighting the others in the wave. This is the wave before. This is the other in the wave. They also have this one. Considering I don't really care for either of the characters too much, and this is just a redeco of the Colossus, which I already have, was not really into it, so I decided to leave that one there. But did walk away with this. They only had one of each, so it kind of looks like maybe that this new assortment, unless somebody already picked up some, it might just have one of each of the packs in it. But anyway, here's the comic it comes with, the Infinity Gauntlet. It's got some great artwork on the front here, just loads of characters and everything. And I won't really go into it, but Thanos seems to only be at the beginning, if I'm not mistaken. I really just grazed through it once, but it looked like Thanos was only in the beginning, though. So it's more about Adam than it is Thanos. So, having no idea who Adam Warlock is, so sorry if I don't know anything about him, so I can't really tell you much about the character, but as far as the figure, it's not bad. It's got some really great articulation, but first let's go over the cape. The cape is really nice. It's a very glossy red, as you can see here. It's not shiny, it's just glossy. Very strange how they did that, but it looks pretty good. It's soft rubber plastic, but it's a hard soft rubber plastic. Really nice, unique head sculpt. It looks great. The arms and everything. It's done in just a black with metallic red, which looks fantastic. So really not too much paint, not much paint in the body, but the two colors it has is really great. His neck is very long, but considering he has a cape, it really doesn't look like it. But if you did remove the cape, which you could by cutting it, or popping the head off, then it would really look strange. He comes with this really nice kind of staff. It looks really good. It's got this almost kind of copperish kind of wash to it. It looks really nice, and I love the whole front piece. Totally unique to this character, which looks great. As far as articulation, he is doing great. Not perfect, but it's almost perfect. Ball hinge head, ball hinge shoulders with swivel bicep, hinge elbows, swivel wrists, ball jointed upper torso, swivel hips, sorry, not swivel hips, swivel waist, ball jointed thigh, swivel thigh at the upper thigh, double hinge knee, a swivel at the just on the top of the bottom of the leg, and then a hinge with an ankle pivot for the ankle. So fantastic articulation. Really, the only two things that aren't perfect about it is that he just has swivel wrists. It's not a swivel hinge, and also that it's just a ball jointed thigh. It's not a ball hinge. But really, if he had those two things, he'd have absolutely perfect articulation. But just missing those two things, it's totally fine. He's got great articulation. Really love it. And the cape is kind of big and it's kind of hindering. So even though with the great articulation you can't do too much with it, it still works out, and he's still a great character. Being probably the second best articulated Marvel Universe figure that I own. Doctor Strange being, of course, the best, which has the exact same articulation, except for Doctor Strange also has a hinge on the wrist. So, but that is really the only thing. This is really the top of articulation. Not quite the best, but very high up there. So yes, so now Thanos is a redeco. Not a new thing. It's a new thing if you didn't get the original, but as just this, if you have the original, it is just a redeco. But it is a beautiful redeco at that, I will say. So I was a huge fan of the sculpt of the original Thanos, so much so that I got one out of package and in package. But here it is. And I really love this. I love the paint and I love the sculpt and I just love the entire thing. Let me just get Adam out of the way. And I really was happy with this Thanos. So this redeco is just so great. Really all it is that the blue parts on here that were a bright blue have turned into a very dark, almost purplish, almost black and blue. Really looks nice. The kind of copper, kind of orangish over here was turned into like gold, which looks great. And that is pretty much the only difference is they just enhance the colors of this one over here, except they did add some gold stripes on his stomach as opposed to this one is just plain old blue, and on his crotch piece right here they did add gold where this one is just blue. So pretty much the same thing, but I have to say, if it's not the most accurate, it is very close to accurate though, and it is just the much better of the two. It's a darker Thanos, which looks great. I love it, and the gold is just so prominent. It looks fantastic. The head sculpts are totally different too. Same style. The only thing is, over here, he's got a very kind of angry look to him. Over here, he's got a big smile on his face, which just looks great. The eyes, this one's just red. This one's black with a white pupil. And, of course, the paint difference is the purple. I like this one a lot more. Although this one's good, I like this one. So overall, if you had to pick between one of them, I'd definitely go with this one if you don't already have this. He doesn't come with the Infinity Gauntlet that this one had. This one came with this, and this one just doesn't come with anything. But the set itself does come with an Infinity Gauntlet, which I totally forgot to pick up. But I'll get it right now. So here's the gauntlet. Sorry, I totally forgot to get it out for this review, but I'll go over what that does and everything. So anyway, really just a great redeco. I mean, they couldn't have done it better because the whole repaint is fantastic, and that just itself, the repaint just warrants a buy for me. But then the extra, totally new head sculpt just absolutely just blows it out of the park. I really love it. He's got the smile on his face just like he did in the Avengers movie, because that's really all we saw him do was smile. So it's really nice to get a smiling Thanos, very evil, sinister smile. You know, I'm gonna take over the world. That's just what it looks like. But Adam Warlock here, or Warlock, he does come with an Infinity Gauntlet, as opposed to Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet that came with the original Thanos. As you can see, much smaller. But, and it's like, unlike him, where you took his arm off and then you could plug this in, this one is just, it's just hollow. And what you do is you just put it over his arm. It's just a really kind of cheap way to make Infinity Gauntlet. When you're looking at it over here, it looks pretty good, but over here it just doesn't look good at all. And it stays on, just if you start fiddling with it, it will fall off, so I'm not a fan of it. It's okay. I mean, it's better than nothing, but yeah, that's the thing. I would be upset, but this pack didn't need that, so it doesn't matter that it sucks. The whole pack didn't need it in the first place, so I really don't care about having that. Overall, a really nice pack. I'd highly recommend this for any Marvel Universe collector, especially even if you're just a Avengers collector, because this guy will definitely be in the Avengers 2 or Thor 2, something like that. So, very exciting, really love it, and just a great pack. Although one is just a repaint, it's a fantastic repaint and redeco. And the other one's a totally new sculpt, and is a very good one with the highest form of articulation. And being that the Avengers toys came out with their poor articulation, it's a really good refreshment to get a really good articulated figure. So there you go. So that's my review of Marvel Universe Greatest Battles, Thanos and Adam Warlock. Thanks for watching.